Bubby doesn't like scary things like you like scary things, honey.
I don't like Halloween decorations. I like Halloween decorations.
Me too.
Mommy, then the Daddy blood.
All right. It's Saturday morning, and it would not be Saturday morning live stream fun of Saturday morning with Superman without the whole gang. We got Solomon, the Donut Lord. We got Mr. Nate McKenzie,
Hey guys, how you going?
Mr. James Cole and family. I mean, it's just like
And family. Oh yeah.
It's just like Saturday mornings at your friend's house. Kids running around, full of sugar. Good times. Today, we will be watching season 1, episode 8, Stolen Memories. Since we do this live, it is, kind of time stamped. Next Saturday morning, we haven't decided yet what we're going to do. It's technically Batman Day. Maybe we'll watch a Batman episode. Maybe we'll watch a Batman Superman crossover episode. Maybe we won't do anything because we'll have other plans. I don't know. Maybe Jamie will turn into a vampire and attack James live on the stream. Who knows? You never know what can happen. But let's gear up our episodes, everybody.
And I can just pull out some guns right now.
All right, Red Hood, calm down. James is watching on DVD. I'm watching on Max. Nate, you're watching on like a Google stream thing.
Yeah, on Google TV over here. Yep.
All right, so we're gonna try this the best we can. Here we go with our lovely syncing. We're gonna say 1, 2, 3, play. Then we press play and go from there. Everybody ready? I do want to say I do really miss when we streamed live on X. I do not like that X does not allow StreamYard unless you pay for the X account to be streamed. It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
I do miss that.
Just makes another thing X is lame about.
So I must say that every episode because it's sad. But here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, play. Bugs is eating a carrot.
James is like 1 minute behind us
No,
again.
he's like 1 second. So I think James, from now on, you should press play on 3. So when we say 1, 2, 3, that's when James hits play.
Kathy was supposed to be like you, like cat. Like
Yeah. There we go. Sorry, a couple things were a little off on me there. Yeah, I gotta press play on 2.
I'm watching. I wish I could count faster.
I even paused it for a second, accidentally hitting the wrong button on the Roku remote. It paused my DVD.
Yeah,
So-
because
Signals are a little interchangeable when you have multiple remotes.
yes, because
They're like,
yeah, like you're like significant behind us.
That's because I accident.
I know.
That's
'Cause
because I accidentally.
the title- The title card written by Rich Fogel. That's where we're at. There you go. Good enough, James. Just there you go.
Rich Fogel.
You're just about there. He just opened the back of a truck. A bunch of guys are jumping out.
where people move.
And now they're jumping out.
We got Jimmy and Lois.
A lot of Close Encounters of the Third Kind vibes in the start of this episode.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. I like seeing Jimmy being active. I like the Luther's white tie on a white shirt.
Yeah, it is funny because in almost every medium you got Lois dragging Jimmy to whatever, dragging him behind her. Like even against his best judgment, when he says we shouldn't be here, Lois is pulling him forward.
Oh, Jimmy just lost his hat.
Where's Clark? He never gets an invite to these things.
I know.
Definitely not a
Oh,
skull
man.
ship, though.
No, not a skull ship.
That voice is awesome.
Like if we had Brainiac, if we have a live action Brainiac that's very reminiscent of like Krypton,
Hmm.
the version, that version, I mean, I'd be super happy, but I'd be okay if they did some version like this
Yeah.
in a live action,
Yeah.
in another live action setting. And I guess the closest thing to it would be Smallville. Krypton created
Yeah, that's true.
computer robot, yeah.
I
Oh,
just
there he is.
But that was very, CW, just a person, no special effects or very little special effects, no makeup. Unlike
yeah.
if we had a robot version that looked like this. That
I think
similar to this.
if they do Brainiac in live action for a film, I'd like to see multiple kind of version styles.
I think that would be the way to go, honestly, if they
Yeah.
did that. Like the Prime one being maybe like the one that everybody like knows, like the one that was reminiscent in Krypton. But then he has like drones that look like other versions of himself, like this, or like
Yes.
or like the old school with the pink and green.
How do we feel about Superman, like as an adult, flying around in the ship that brought him as a baby?
I think it's pretty cool. Like, it's something we've never seen before. Like, I don't know if they've done it in the comics at all, but I think it's pretty cool. But it also shows how big the actual spaceship, the rocket was to bring him back. And, what Professor Hamilton's been able to do to, put Kal-El back into his ship, I think it's pretty awesome, actually.
I do think it's pretty cool, and it kind of explains a little bit partially explains a little bit some of the like future tech that exists in Metropolis or the DC universe, where people have been able to work on and maybe reverse engineer some types of alien technology.
Yeah. I love the flying sound effect. The woof.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, the sound effect of the air, and I like it when they make it different than the sound effect of them, like running.
Yes.
I suppose if you've got to remember, like I mentioned before, it's not the skull ship, but Brainiac did steal this ship from other aliens, I suppose. So he did commandeer this fair and square.
Yes, he did. He's taken control of ships since they found his satellite. I'm sure he's made his own modifications to it
Mm-hmm.
over
Yeah.
the last, 20, 25 years. We don't really get a time stamp, do we, on really how old this Clark Kent is?
No, not really.
So we don't quite know how long he's been on Earth. So at least 20 years.
I mean, we just kind of make the guess, like he's in his 30s, early 30s. That seems to be just a good consensus. You're not really a man until you're in your 30s.
Right.
That's why why he was Superboy in the Superboy show. He wasn't a man until he was 30.
Yeah, I just saw something. It was like, you're not at least an adult until at least 27. So
It's funny you mentioned Superboy. I'm actually starting to binge it. I'm halfway through season 2 right now. So
Oh, nice.
oh, excellent.
Oh, Nate, we'll have to talk then.
We're doing our season 1 rewatch
oh,
yeah.
nice.
or
Yeah,
watch through.
Yeah, James, it was weird because of how things work with Tubi and everything. And we
Yep.
were trying to like get a sense of the different actors. we ended up doing a whole watch through first of season 2,
Oh yeah.
and then went back and did season 1
Oh, that's different.
because of availability.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How did she come here so fast?
How's your parents?
Krypton. I am the Senate.
I don't know how she's feeling. Mommy.
Laura.
Mommy.
Remy.
On the pink one.
Go play with your Chucky, big girl. Yeah, I think maybe we need to get her a Chucky.
What's funny is the lady that I work with in my job,
Maybe
all
I'll
the
see it.
she calls every little kid that acts up a Chucky. She's like, yeah, they're just being little Chuckies.
Oh yeah,
You-
Was this not working? That mute.
It wasn't.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine.
Sometimes this button mutes the mic when I'm talking to you guys. Other times I have to mute it on the computer.
It's Jarrell. It's Shooter McGavin Jarrell. See, I think
Who's
it's
coming back for Happy Gilmore too?
yeah. I think it's crazy how in animation and comics they know how to make Jarrell, but in live action they can't cast Jarrell to look like Kal-El at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all the actors in the world, you can't get two people who look similar.
The trick to casting Jarrell is
But
find
being-
someone who's older who should be Superman.
Right.
Like you. So
Honestly, I think the closest they came was Russell Crowe
yeah,
to father and son kind of deal, and then who could have been a Superman at one point.
I like how just. Wow.
I must admit, it's an awesome apartment that he's got. Like they always talk about,
Yeah.
even back then, TV's up on the wall.
Like this is so future tech. We'll never have this. Now we're like, you got TVs in every room on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Hopefully the fact that he's got such a nice apartment in a big city is the fact that the city is kind of well off, and the cost of
Yeah.
living isn't like outrageous, and you need 3 jobs to have a Suicide Slums apartment.
If that was the case, I would leave the city.
I mean, that's damn near everywhere here right now.
So is he having a nightmare or like repressed memories opening up, or what's going on?
I wonder if this isn't some sort of residual Brainiac memory from the orb.
Yeah.
I think it must have to because they don't really mention it. Like, it's not mentioned how he got this vision, like where it came from, or
It is very interesting. Bless you. Yep, 3 men to do that job. Sounds about right.
like
Do
it,
it safely.
it just lines it up perfectly. That is a
Ah.
load of you know what,
Mhm.
especially with helicopters.
Absolutely. I've lowered some things down with a crane. Honestly,
Yeah.
when they're hanging, even large things are easy to move.
Yeah,
On like hanging from a crane and stuff. But it's not like right into place. Like, because that weight does move. Like, you can't just move it and stop it. You have to slowly kind of let the weight do its thing, but you can guide it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Lex trusts no one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would too. Another alien ship coming. You know how powerful the last one is.
Yeah,
It's so interesting how Lex hates Superman because he's an alien that is like a man, but like this alien that's intelligent and based on like more robotics, Lex is more interested in.
but especially what happens. Spoiler alert! But what happens between Lex and Brainiac moving forward in the series? It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, certainly what happens, I mean, explains Lex's distrust of
Yeah.
of him.
Like this is so crazy cool right now, just how you see how much of
Yeah.
a robot he is.
Yeah, that's really awesome, and I like how the robot was a little skeletal in nature behind the face. What do you think of the instead of the shrunken cities, it's the orbs of all the collected knowledge of every planet he's.
That's cool. I think it's different. I mean, you're in a kids show, you know, and it's something a little different.
Less
I think it makes
kidnapping
sense.
of millions of beings from each city.
I think it makes sense. It's almost like a hard drive of each city. Like it is a computer, basically, and it's just a hard drive of each place. But unfortunately, he's had to almost destroy that place to gain that knowledge.
It's almost a little sad in another way because with the cities, the culture, the people, they live on somehow.
But in this way, the only living on they have is their knowledge, is the knowledge of their existence.
Yeah. The way
Now that's a common thing among like the animation style and kind of that robotic style is like not every version of him eliminated things. Like he took cities off of planets and left, and they were like dying of natural causes or other reasons.
Fire the missiles.
Yeah, there's got to be a manual override to walk down there and shoot the missiles.
It's kind of like Superman 3 vibes. Just needs, Rob Webster with the remote control and shoot all the missiles.
Digital versus analog, man.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's very much a collector's mentality, though.
Never wants to take it out of the box.
I know, all my toys are still in their box.
It's the look on Brainiac's face. It's like, I've calculated that this is going to work. And it's not.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm just watching that James and
I drove past the prison the other day for work, and I just kept thinking to myself, "Oh, look, no rockets or missiles coming to break people out."
Well, maybe not that day. Keep an eye out for him.
What exactly is he hitting him here with?
I don't know. Looks like the sun's rays, which you think would overpower him.
Exactly.
Yeah, a lot less red than they are later on when they start to do red sun. When they start to do red sun radiation to him.
It would be funny if, like, in a twist, he was hitting him with energy that was actually powering him up.
Come on.
Oh.
Okay, 1 minute.
Lex looking all smug. Now that's sad.
Mm.
Yeah. All the
Yeah,
knowledge
time
of
to
all
save
those.
one.
Yeah.
But you're right, James. Yeah, all the knowledge is gone.
So
Well,
it's
for
like,
most of them, it's like their existence has been wiped out. There's very
Yeah.
little, their own recorded history is gone. The only knowledge of their existence is anybody who else knew that race existed.
look, a polar bear.
Like Brainiac leaving a piece of himself in code in Lex's
Yeah.
systems.
Yep.
So is this our first trip to the fortress?
Yeah, I think so.
And it really it was not even like a proper fortress.
And as of the next 2 episodes, it grows.
Yeah. So that was an abrupt ending. Like we shot down Brainiac and he goes, Lex says, I've had my fill of aliens for today. And then Superman places the orb in the ice, what will be the fortress.
I love that he basically makes his fortress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It looks, what he did there looks a lot like what Superman's got in Superman and Lois, just fly into an iceberg.
Mm-hmm. What'd you think, Solomon?
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Lex thing is pretty interesting.
Deep man. All right. Well, that was, Saturday mornings with us. Like I said, next Saturday we might be doing this just because Batman Day, or maybe we'll have a special. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. But hey, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Mr. Nate McKenzie. Check out Nate's podcast where he watched and reviewed and went through and has some special guests, all of Superman the Animated Series. And he is currently working through My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah, definitely have to get ready to start season 2 very shortly. So that's the exciting part moving forward. But as I said before, I've started watching Superboy, which is actually pretty exciting. Actually going back, I remember as a kid, finishing school and coming home watching that on TV. So it's a lot of fun watching that. And like I said, halfway through season 2, and yeah, lots of fun.
Excellent. Yeah, it's pretty. It's got its charms and its flaws. Yeah. Like it's good, and then it's corny and cheesy, and then it's.
I think there's always fun to be had when there's distance, and when you have something else. We were kind of talking a little bit about that yesterday when we were talking about like some of the Schumacher Batman movies.
Yep.
It's like, you were frustrated at the time. Some people were, but now with distance, we've had the Nolan films and now the Batman and then the Batfleck and everything. Like you can go back and appreciate those and just enjoy them for what they are.
Or you were our age when it came out and you friggin' loved it.
Yeah, you just love it 'cause it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like you knew it wasn't perfect, and like I had a whole conversation yesterday, is that like kids nowadays, like Solomon and them, like a lot of our entry point was like Batman 66. Like it was all this, my kids can't stand Batman 66. But they can't they don't find really any interest, charm, but they can watch Batman Forever and Batman and Robin like that. Like Stella loves watching Batman and Robin.
And I like Batman Forever.
So, those are kind of like the new Batman 66 live action entrance for kids. Because they're like a big cartoon. They're fun. They're dark, but they're fun and they're, enjoyable. And then, they'll get into the other films as they get older when they can understand the story. Because the Nolan films, are as great as they aren't that entertaining for children.
Oh, not at all.
Yes,
Not at all. Honestly, it's when they get a little bit older, they'll be able to appreciate Batman 66 and go farther back. Like,
We'll see.
It's very true.
It's a work in progress. All right, Nate, get some sleep, man.
All right. Cheers, boys. See you next
See you,
week.
buddy.
Maybe.
yeah.
Bye.